Next up, we've got Paidpiper presenting our Atif Hussein, Joanna Lavadis, Layla Yashek, and Guy Bazan.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. We are Paidpiper, and the app that we're going to be showing you today is called Okade. This is the team, Atif. We have Guy and Layla behind the booth there. They're going to be demonstrating our product. So we at Paidpiper have figured out a way for you to get money and make a purchase in the store. It's a new way to do that. You might be saying, well, why would you do that? I got credit cards. I got all kinds of things I can use. Because we found that technology often gives us some really cool stuff, but it doesn't always solve our immediate problem. For instance, as a consumer, I expect technology to make my life easier and to save me time. Specifically, I'm talking about the time that I, as a parent or possibly an employer, spend going to the store with people who need my money, like children or employees, in order for them to make a purchase. So we actually did some research, and I totaled up, and the time I have spent personally doing this is 863 billion hours. Okay, so we all know that's not true, but it feels that way when you're the one that has to go to the store after work with your kid. So our vision here at Paidpiper is to change the way you get money and pay for things in the store, just like chat and Facebook revolutionized our conversations. We call this Okade, and we're going to walk through a demo right now.
Great, thanks, Joanna. So why were we inspired to create this application and the platform underneath it? Well, there's lots of payment applications out there. Some of them are your old-fashioned piggy bank stuffed into an application. Others are your big banks that they've taken the entire website and they've crammed it into an iPhone app and called it innovation. So we're going to show you something slightly different in how a purchase can be made from a remote perspective using the Okade app. So first what we're going to do is we're going to show you, and let's pretend that my daughter, who actually is in California, she's out with her friends. She's probably shopping this very second with her friends, and she doesn't have a credit card and she's not banked. I know that for sure. And I'm here presenting to you guys. And she's going to go and buy something, and she's going to ask me to not only approve, but pay for it while I'm standing here presenting to you guys. Notice that the ask, or the way she asks for the funding, is really, really simple and really, really quick. She did not have a credit card or a bank. So once she makes the ask, we're going to switch over to my phone. And what you're going to see is, in real time, a notification is going to be sent to my phone over the network. And I can actually look at what's going on in the application itself. Now, one of the interesting things that I can do is I can see, for example, what she wants, how much it's going to cost, and where she is. And the beautiful part about that is that it makes me really comfortable in terms of making an authorization for that purchase. And the way we do it is the application is tied to my credit card, so I can fund it standing here. And what we do on the other side is, once I funded it, we get a real-time notification that gets sent to her while she's shopping, and we generate a one-time use credit card with the funds on it. It's location locked. We use merchant IDs. We also have an expiry date on it as well, so I know that she can use it within 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and if she doesn't, the money comes right back to me. So let me explain how this works from a technology and from an overview perspective. We just have the PowerPoint for a second. So the sign-up process for her, for my daughter Sonia, is simple because she doesn't have a credit card or she's not banked. She just needs a phone number and her email address. The other piece is that she does not need to worry about being on the other end. Like, we don't have to have PayPal accounts, both of us. Right? The third thing is that I'm in control of my money. I actually never gave the money to her, so it's not P2P. It's my money, which means that anything that she does not spend comes right back to me. And the final piece, which actually makes us really, really interesting and cool, is that the merchant does not need to upgrade hardware or software. They don't need to have NFC. They don't need to upgrade. This works seamlessly. And why does it work seamlessly? Well, if we go to the next slide, it works seamlessly because we have attached this on top of the existing credit card rails, when we've used a really, really important partner, Vantiv, to actually make sure that when the transaction happens, I get to see what she spent, the exact amount, and where. So we've got a highly scalable notification framework that tells me what she's doing, where she spent it, et cetera. Now, there's no breakage in our system, so if there was any money left over, it comes right back to me. Now, the platform has been built, and we used our APIs to create the okayed application. What I'm going to do is now pass this on to Joanna. She's going to show you a little bit of innovation that we've created on top of the Paidpiper platform to show you another really cool thing. Joanna?
So we just saw a super cool way you can make a purchase in the store and you don't even have to be there. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit and we're going to talk about what we can do for store owners or merchants. We're going to be looking at Guy's screen right now, and he's going to create a real-time marketing campaign to drive foot traffic into his store today. He's going to figure out an amount of cash incentive that he wants to give a follower. He's going to figure out how many followers he's going to allow to have this, a number, and he's going to state his store location. He's going to package all that up, and he's going to post it. Now we're going to switch over to his follower's phone, Layla, and we're going to watch her discover and claim this offer inside of her Twitter feed. So we're just waiting a second for her to find that. And when she sees it, she clicks on the link, and now she's going to go ahead and hit the claim button. And she has $3 to spend where, at the new store that Guy has sent her to, right across the street. So if you follow Get Okayed over the next 2 days, we'll be tweeting out a whole bunch of these. You don't have to go to any specific, you have to go to the merchant that it's offered at, but the merchant doesn't need any hardware or software, so it's redeemable immediately.
Great. So in conclusion, what you saw was a platform to move money around safely and securely. We built the okayed application on top of that. And what you'll notice is that you don't have to be banked in order to use it. It's fast and secure. We have a set of APIs that we will be giving out very soon. That means that you developers out there who need a secure mechanism to actually have mobile payments work without the merchant actually having to do anything, then you can use those. And all the transactions are always safe. Thank you.
Judges.
I think it was a fascinating presentation. Thanks for that, and really well done. I'm curious, you show how you differentiate from platforms like Venmo in a really interesting way. Do you allow for group payments as well? So let's say you wanted to ask parents divorced, mom and dad both going to come in half and half on a product. How do you deal with opportunities like that?
Yeah, so the platform is pretty flexible. What we wanted to show you very simply, an ask or a give being made. Now, when I first thought about the product, we said that a kid could go into Target, wants an Xbox for $99, and could ask all his uncles and aunts to chip in $10 each. But once you've got the complete total amount, that's when we generate the payment for him, right? So that's absolutely possible, but these are now just features and extensions to the existing platform.
That's a really, really cool app if your wife is overspending your hard-earned money. So I'm pretty sure, that the US divorce rate is likely, to go down. But that said, what's the plan, for user acquisition? Like, what are consumers, going to be looking for online or the App Store?
So that's a great question. I'll give Atif a break here and take that one. So we are going for a very specific demographic as we start out here. Females 18 to 28. We're going to be looking at colleges and so forth. We firmly believe these will be our first adopters from our research. They're the ones who are going to be spending money. They're very likely to ask for money. And then the virality of the app will be from, they're going to have to invite people like me. I'm one of the people with money to fund them for whatever it is that they want. And we plan to see it grow through that.
Let me just also add to that. One thing is that the nature of the beast is that you have to ask somebody, or you have to give. Right. So they get invited automatically, number one. Number two, then what happens is that they tell their friends, and the people they invite are probably the CEO of the household, who has all the purse strings, and they probably own small businesses or large businesses, and then they see, oh, I could probably use this for my business as well. So the fact that you're solving real problems in real time, it becomes an app that spans not just teenagers or the ask generation, but also small businesses, moms, dads, etc.
So no Bitcoin support?
We had a question for that earlier on.
I was going to say, because,
we're dealing with hard, cold cash right now.
Because I think Chris Dixon was looking for something like this for Bitcoins. So it sounds like then you're, as you said, you're looking to go after the younger, kind of younger people who are asking people like us for money. Do you have tools for the parents to be able to look at budgets and that sort of thing? Because obviously knowing how much you're shelling out and stuff like that is sort of useful. Kind of curious what the value prop to the person with the cash is.
Yeah, so there's the concept of giving or asking. So a parent could set up a budget saying that every day you have a per diem, but they can geofence that. They can say it's any between home and the library or school or within a mall. So the fact that you get to control your money and you get these real-time alerts and notifications from the credit card rail framework is really important because you get to control how your money gets used before it's spent, not after it's been spent.
And as a parent who's raised 4 teenagers, I can tell you, you hand out $20 bills like an ATM machine. You never get a receipt and you never get change.
I'm familiar with that dynamic.
I've got a quick question. So this is an idea I think I've seen before. It seems like one that has it's a common use case, but is there something you guys are doing that's going to enable you to be the one that makes it big? Do you have a background in financial transactions or anything along those lines, or something else that's going to help you get traction?
That's a great question. So, I come from the mobile background. Actually, the whole team has been working in mobile for a long, long time. We've partnered with people who understand finance and the laws governing around finance, but then we've also partnered with a lot of the digital agencies out there. So we feel that, as we showed you, tweet money, the tweet is just a concept. It could be Facebook, it could be any social media, but a brand like a QSR could say, I want to drive foot traffic into my store, into a very specific store in real time and limit it to the first 50 that get there. So we're finding the digital agencies who are going after the brands saying, this is some way of monetizing your social investment that you've done over the last 2 years.
These are relationships you already have.
These are relationships that we have, and we're cultivating them, and we're working on that's the whole API program.
Where are you getting paid in the transaction? Where are you getting paid in the transaction?
So on the GoCade application, what we do is the parent or the funding source, we're charging them 5% for the pilot program.
Any other questions? I think we're good. That was Paidpiper. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.